Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to the channel and another video for the Not Too Shabby shop. We're going to use Miss Ink's Fire Truck Duck stamp set again, and we're going to use this Not Too Shabby stamp set. Spring is in the Air from the spring release from Not Too Shabby, and the Rainy Circle die from MFT. So I'm going to stamp out some more of the ducks from the Fire Truck Duck stamp set, and a couple of the umbrellas from the Not Too Shabby stamp set. And then we're going to do some quick coloring of two of the ducks and one of the umbrellas. And they're going to be in like non-traditional rainbow colors. They're just going to be a little off from what you can consider rainbow colors. So more like a violet than a purple, bluish green. We're going to go with the standard yellow. I think there's even a green duck, but I don't use him. And one out of reds. So moving on, while I color these, I've had a wicked headache today. It lasted all day long. It was not a very productive day at all. But it has gone away enough for me to do my voiceover. But I am in the house speaking kind of quietly because I needed to be in here in case Jackson woke up. He's been having night terrors. He used to have them all the time. He doesn't have them as much now, but he's 4. I kind of thought he would grow out of it by now. So moving on, I'm going to do this umbrella with red, yellow, and orange, but I end up using the first umbrella that I colored because I liked the colors better. But I figured I'd show you coloring this umbrella. And there's all the images I colored plus the yellow ducks from the last video. And now we're going to use the frame part of the Rainy Circle dynamic and cut that out of our card panel. And I'm going to save that inside piece because we're going to use that in a minute. And be careful with that purple tape. It sticks something fierce. It'll rip your cardstock right apart. And I use a Hero Arts Circle Infinity die that's larger than the circle that was cut out of the card panel. So I can kind of get a guideline of where I'm going to put my blues here for the ink blended background. And I wanted it to look like a rainy sky, but it's going to have a lighter blue highlight in the center with a little bit darker blue around, and then the dark blue on the outer edge. And then I'll just go over the whole thing with that brush that has the suede shoes on it, just to kind of blend all 3 colors in together and make that highlight not so bright, because it is, after all, a rainy sky. So after we complete that, we are going to cut that out so we can glue that onto our card panel. And that piece is going to have the raindrops cut out of it. So that little black mark on my die, I did that so I would be able to tell that my raindrops are straight up and down. And I'm going to save the raindrops that come out of this die for the second card that we're going to do today. Took a while to poke them out, but they came in handy. And I just took 2 green zig markers and used a little bit of water and made a little quick couple pieces of grass with my Grassy Hill Dynamics, just for the very bottom of the circle where it'll be showing on the card front. After we trim that, we are going to work on the back piece for behind our raindrops. And I decided I wanted to put a piece of acetate right behind the card panel before we put down our scene, just to kind of give it a dimensional look. And it's going to be popped up on foam tape. And now we're going to glue our duck down and our little umbrella. And he's going to be... This time we're going to say he's singing. He's not screaming for help. He's singing in the rain. And that circle that we saved from the panel, we're now going to use the suede shoes, the darkest color, and ink blend that entire circle because that's going to be the color of the raindrops behind the die cut raindrops. I'm just going to place a little bit of deluxe glue around the holes of the raindrops and then glue that blue circle to the scene. And I kind of pencil a line in here so I know where that's got to be glued down. And after I glue him down with deluxe adhesive, Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, I pop the front panel up on foam tape so it's ready to be put on the card panel. And I add a little bit of glue to that foam tape to make sure it stays put. And this is a smile, the word smile from a Catherine Pooler die. I used Marina Mist tonic iridescent cardstock, mirrored cardstock for that, with just one piece of cardstock behind the mirrored cardstock. And then we use that sentiment, I'm here for your rain or shine, from the Not2Shabby Spring is in the Air stamp set. So moving on to the second card, I'm going to use this little, I think it's called Whimsy Rainbow, maybe Whimsy Rainbow. It's an MFT die. I received it free, I think, with an order, and I just traced where the edges of each line would be, and then did a rough coloring with my zig markers on a piece of watercolor cardstock. And then we'll just paint over those with our water brush. And I wanted it to look kind of like a child's drawing, this rainbow. And it will be cut out, so each of those colors will be cut out into a strip. And you do notice that some of my green leaks into the blue and some of the orange leaks into the yellow, but that's okay. After I do all that, I'm going to go over those colors with a clear sparkle brush. Oh, what's it called? Like a Winkostella. Yes, Winkostella. And then I'm just going to do a little area on my card front with the Tiara and the Limoncello Catherine Pooler inks, because we're going to have a little bit of sunshine behind our rainbow and our clouds. And I don't do the whole panel, just that area where the rainbow and the clouds are going to be. And I'm going to start gluing the rainbow strips down. The cloud dies are from Whimsy Stamps, and they came in a die set with, I think, 3 different cloud dies. And I love these clouds because they have this swirly little frame around them. So I took the frame away from the cloud and colored them with a silver Winkostella pen, and then put them back together and glued them onto the card panel. So 2 are glued down onto the card panel, and the third one is popped up on foam tape. After that's completed, we're going to take not all, but some of those little raindrops that I saved from the first card, and we're going to place those between the ducks and the clouds. And I chose to use, I'm pretty sure, those 3. I don't think I switched them up. And I used the word rainbow, which is a Sunny Studios die, and the word wishes, which is a Heffy Doodle die. And I used the same colors, blue and purple, from the rainbow to just do a wash with the zigs and the water on watercolor cardstock, and then cut the word rainbow and wishes out of that cardstock. And there was no added cardstock underneath those words. It took a while for me to decide where I wanted to put those words. I decided over the rainbow was probably the best spot, because I didn't want to cover up my raindrops. It took long enough to glue them onto the cards, so I definitely did not want to cover them up. And oh look, I did change the colors of the ducks. We decided to go with the red, the yellow, and the bluish green. And that 2-way glue pen, I always find a use for that. Definitely comes in handy. And that's it for this week's video, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. There's at least one giveaway every month. Don't forget to check out Jamie's shop. There's always some new stuff there. And don't forget to use the coupon code down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.